Hi folks, I'm Meath with Two Guys in a Ride, and welcome to our how-to video on the 2022 Jeep Wagoneer, and this is the Series 3 trim level. So today I'll be covering the driver's information screens. I'll do a general overview, show you how to access information, and do a deep dive. Let's get started. Today we're working with our friends at Maury's Golden Valley Cadillac in beautiful Golden Valley, Minnesota. All right, so the driver's information screen is a 12-inch fully digital and customizable screen. Right now, as it sits, we've got a tach on the left, your speedometer on the right, and then you've got your engine temp on the left and fuel gauge on the right. And then, of course, in the middle, you've got a digital miles per hour, and if we click over, you can have driver assist. All right, now you'll notice right away how those RPM and speedometer gauges shrink up, and anytime you're in the screen, usually if you click either the right arrow or the left arrow enough times, they come back. So if they're shrunk out, you can enlarge them again. To control it, you're going to use the arrows and the OK button on the left side of the steering wheel. And you have an additional button right here, which gives you an additional display, and I'll show you that in a little bit. Let's start with the main screen. So if I hit the up or down arrows, you're going to notice at the very top, it goes, number one is main menu, vehicle info, trip info. This is like any other newer Jeep. Okay, so this particular one has 8 different pages. Jeep calls them favorites, and then you can select in the last screen which of these you want to appear. So for instance, if you don't want navigation, you can take it out and it won't appear in this menu. Okay, so we're gonna go through those, but there is one other thing. All right, so the other button you have is this little button here. It's got the 3 little squares plus a circle. If you press that, you can have from anywhere from 1 to 5 different little icons or pictures that show up, and you can customize what information they show. So if I press and hold the OK button, first of all, I have to select how many screens I want. You use that using the left and right arrows, click OK once. Now you notice they all have titles. So using the up and down arrows, because the left and right will move to the next tile, I can go off-road, audio, main menu, vehicle info, and navigation. Those are all my choices. So right now I've got the screen set up, so each tile is showing something different. So I'm just going to press OK quick, and now all that information is displayed in one screen. So lots of information. Now, if I use the left or right arrows, anywhere I go that shows me an up or down arrow means there's more information. So I can go here. There's trip B, trip A, and then nothing. That's navigation. Okay, so I can say I want trip A to show. Fine. Now I go over here. I've still got an up and down arrow, so I want perhaps, average miles per gallon. Then if I go over here, let's see, what do I want? Maybe degree of incline. Let's see. Yeah. Let's do that one here. And I'll go over one here, and I got media. So doesn't do anything. There's no up or down arrows there. So on the back of the steering wheel, Jeep's typical setup, on the right-hand side, you've got a round button. You click that, and now you can change sources. And it actually does not show the source there, so even though it's changing on my infotainment screen, I would assume it's supposed to show up in there. But it is not currently. All right, so I go over here, then this, again, no up or down arrows, so there's nothing I can change. This is my gap setting for my dynamic cruise control. And then to get out of that, I just press the same button again, and I'm back to this screen. Now, notice the dials are small again, RPM, and all I have to do is press right or left. There I go. And up come the gauges in a full size. Okay, so let's talk about all the things that you can customize using the main menu buttons. So I'm going to go here to number 1, main menu. So you notice I have a couple little dots at the bottom. So under this, I have got speedometer and driver assist. That's it. Now, if I want to zoom in on that driver's assist, I can click the OK button, and it brings it up a little bigger. But if I click that button to make the speedometer bigger in the tach, then it doesn't want to stay. So that has to be zoomed out for the tach and the speedometer to be large size. Okay. I'm going to use the down arrow to go to page number 2. This is vehicle info. I do wish that Jeep would let that menu item stay on there a little longer. It tends to disappear. Okay, so here, let's go back to the beginning of it. I've got fuel economy. I have got a gauge summary, which is nice, all in one page there. You got oil life, tire pressure, and stop, start. All right, I'm going to go down again. Now I'm to trip info. I can press and hold to reset anything. I have trip A and trip B. I'm going to go down again. All right, here I have got navigation. Now, if I had a course plotted, it would show up right there. And if I use the left or right arrows, my speedometer and tach in this particular picture do not get bigger. They stay small because they assume you're trying to see the navigation. All right, I'm going to go down one more here. This is off-road. On off-road here, you're going to get this angle, pitch and roll. You're going to get vehicle dynamics. So, yes, it will show you the steering angle. And terrain status. Okay, now it's an auto. And then it gives you a brief description of what auto is. All right, I'm going to go down one. Here is your audio sources. So to actually control the audio sources, Jeep always has the 3 button controls on the left and right side of the steering wheel behind the main controls. So on the back side of the steering wheel. So I could click here to change source. There it goes. It's a little slow to show up on the driver's information screen. It's not to show up in the infotainment screen. It shows up right away. Okay, so there's my source. And let's say I want to change stations. I could use the left up and down buttons. And it's changing again on the infotainment screen, but it only shows me the source here. All right, but at least you can see what it is. And I'm assuming once it had time to think a little bit, it would actually show you the station that you're on. Let's go down here, messages. Okay, there are no stored messages. These would be things from your vehicle, like you need an oil change, a low windshield wiper fluid, that kind of stuff. Okay, I'm going to go down one more here. This is where we customize the screen. So I press OK. And now, like any typical new Jeep, I can say I want to customize the upper left. You notice it highlighted the compass. So I'm going to click OK. And you're going to have the same choices for every corner of the screen. So I can have a compass, I can have outside temp, time, range to empty, average econ, current econ, trip A distance, trip B, or none. All right, so I'm going to press OK because I'm just going to leave it there. And then it's going to bring me back right to my menu. So I'm going to go to upper right. Now you notice it's highlighting the outside temperature. So I'm going to go down here and say, I want time. Okay, saves it. I press OK. Any Jeep other than the Wagoneer, you would have 2 more corners on the bottom you could customize. These ones don't. So you can customize the top 2 I showed you. And then if you go down, you can look at the current gear selection. And then it's either on or off. So if I go here and say I want on. So if you look at the top of the screen, you'll see it says D1. All right, that's what is showing current gear. So it'll be D1, D2, D3, D4, and so on. If you don't want those little extra numbers showing up, then you can just go to current gears and then turn that part off, and you notice the number 1 disappears. All right, down at the bottom you got the odometer. It's highlighted it. Okay, here I can say show or hide. All right, I think I probably will leave that on there, so we'll click that back to on. And then I can go to favorite menus. Now remember, I said that the numbered items up here where it says like number 8 settings, that's a favorite menu. So if I click OK, I can now say, okay, let's see. No, I want to leave main menu. I want to leave vehicle info, navigation. If I click the OK button, you notice it takes out the colored circle. So now, if I use this as a back button here, and I go up, you're going to notice that navigation has disappeared. So there's no navigation. That's what I took out. So anything you take out of that particular menu I just showed you takes things off of this page, your main menu items. So I'm going to go back here, go to favorite menus, and of course I want to turn that back on. So if I go to navigations, I just click there and it's on. So anything that has a colored in circle is already on. And right now everything is on. It's nice that Jeep allows all the pages to be displayed at once. I'm gonna hit the back arrow here. Wait for a second here. We'll do the back arrow again. All right, then if I want those large gauges again, I can of course always just go back up to the main menu, and there they are. And if I want to shrink them a little bit, I use the right or left arrows. I can press OK to make this middle part larger, but that isn't available in every screen. Okay, press OK again to zoom out, and if I wait a second, then the gauges should come back, but I'm just going to press the left arrow to make it go a little quicker. That is the driver's information screen. Thanks for watching.